evening, everyone. Welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for Friday night on the Homestead. And tonight's topic, farmers markets. What are your plans? And how are all you doing out there? All right, let's go up here to the comments and make sure we say hello to everybody. And I froze for half a second there. So, Crew 1351 was first ones in. Geeky Gardens was second. Kalen Strain was third. And, okay. No one else commenting tonight. I guess it's too hot for people in certain areas. Crew said, Crew's in Martinez, California, and it's 79 there, and the temperature is still rising. Here, I responded back to them. It's 93 here. It was supposed to be 90 as the high. Well, it's gone above that. And hang on, let me take a look and see what the latest here is. We got heat advisories for the next 4 days. And current temperature, it dropped a degree. It dropped to 92. Woo! It's starting to cool off at 6:05 Mountain Time. All right. All righty. Yeah. So, wow. All right. I see we got 8 people watching here, but only a couple making comments. So, hey, look, like I had said before, lurking is fine. But please, if you can't hit the thumbs up and at least say lurking, driving, whatever. But don't type driving if you're driving and you are actually driving, not stopped at a red light or a stop sign or somewhere where it's safe for you to type that in. Don't want you to get a ticket or in a wreck. All right. So tomorrow, hopefully, I will be taking 1 or 2 grandsons up to Idaho Falls to see the farmers market up there, and this is from the Idaho Falls farmers market. And we get over here and throw some. How many do I got? Okay, yeah. So I got a few. Let me put them up here. This is from the Idaho farmers market. What you can't see back on behind by the trees over there is the Snake River. Snake River is to the right behind everybody. City Hall is, you can see the tower there. That's where City Hall's at, Idaho Falls. And come on, give me the next one. There's another one looking around at some of the old buildings there in Idaho Falls. So going for a farmer's market, and Kaylin says only got to 83, but the heat index got as high as 98. I'm not sure what the heat index is because in the house here, it's right here in my office. It is currently 82 degrees, 82.8 degrees, and 36% humidity. And when I step outside, man, it is melting. And of course the only reason why the house is cool as it is because I've got sprinklers going on top of the house to counteract the sun beating down on the brown asphalt shingles on the roof. People just don't get it. If people are smart, if they're getting the re-roofed, light gray, off-white, white, yellow, light yellow, yellow, light blue, or blue are the better colors to get in that order to reflect the heat away. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure what what it is down by your mom there by Twin Falls, but we're looking at some hot stuff here, and I'll point that out here later a little bit here. we get into it again. All right. So for farmers markets, do you have stuff you can sell? Are you going? Wait. First, are you going there to buy? Yeah, probably tomorrow we're going to go buy some stuff. If someone has if the lady or the ladies that have the sourdough bread, I'll probably buy a loaf or two there because Danny, the number 3 grandson, the mini me, he was looking at it. He goes, the first time he had it last week, it was like, what is that? What is it? Talk. You know, well, hey, you want some with just butter on it? See what it tastes like. Okay. She took about it. He goes, this is so great. It's not sour. It's sweet. Come on, work. It's not work. Okay. It wouldn't go down to the next comment. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can get a couple of loaves of sourdough and see if I'll take one over to my daughter to see if here she is. It's CB Hugo Homestead. Yes, I'm gonna I'll try to take one of those fresh loaves of sourdough over to my daughter to see if Eli will like it or not with just butter on it. You know, and then if he likes it with butter on it, try toasting it a little bit for him because he likes English muffins. So see if he'll like that. Maybe put some cheese on it for him. 96 at Mom's outside of Twin Falls. Yeah, I figured they were a little bit hotter down there because we are a little bit farther north. But yeah, you know, we're closer. You know, we're about 3 hours travel closer to the Grand Tetons. 99 predicted for tomorrow. Well, if you get there at the farmers markets early enough, you know, get the vegetables and stuff before stuff starts wilting, like the lettuces and stuff that are freshly picked. Yeah, we're going to look at stuff. One of the things I want to do is I want to contact some of the beef sellers, and there's usually, like last year, there when I went with the staff sergeant when she was up here, there were 3 different ranches that had that were there that process their own beef and sell it. So I'm going to get some business cards and see about finding out more about their operation, and what if they're grain finished or grass finished, and if they're grass grazed or brought alfalfa and oat grass and stuff in for them. But so that we're mainly going to be buying some stuff, and I know the grandkids are going to want to buy some souvenirs up there. Some people like to go there to sell, and if they go there with enough, they can staff the booth, and everybody can rotate out to go buy. During the farmers market and the peddlers fairs in Martinez, California, when I say first for the scout troop and then the CERT program, and sometimes both. We'd have I'd be there early in the morning setting both of them up because they would be side by side, taking the big space that the city was donating for free right in the front of the plaza there by Bank of America and not Starbucks, but there's a big coffee, a local coffee place there. And but then about the time about half an hour before they kick in, a couple scouts would show up and a couple of CERT people would show up, and then through the rest of the day we'd have 2 or 3 people that in each booth all the time. Scouts more often, more most of the time. And yeah, we were both, people could be selling for a while and then walk around, buy stuff, and come back and sell some more. Cool. No, hot, but yeah. Dried sunflower seeds and onions in the sun today. Well, the luck I had wintering over onions this last winter. I mean, I should have thinned them out a bit, but I got busy and just totally spaced on thinning them out, and still had decent sized onions for putting in soups and stuff. But that IBC tote was full. The green tops. Yeah. So I got some stuff to do that, but as far as for me selling at a farmer's market, it's not until I get the property across the street, the soil all fixed up. I'm getting truck. I think I just had the sixth truckload of wood chips come in. They're dropping it off for free for me because that keeps them from having to stockpile them at their place. And I got to knock the piles down, rotor till them in and stuff. And this September, late September, early October, after the potato harvest is done, because the dairy up here runs their trucks to get harvest potatoes. Then they go back and they harvest beets to the different properties that are harvesting beets. They use their trucks to do that. And then they load up with the silage. And actually, I think they do silage a couple times a year during the summertime. You get several harvests off of it. And then once all that's done, then they swap. They have what do I want to call it? Inserts that go into the bed of the dump trucks and have hydraulics hooked up for either the silage, the potatoes, or the sugar beets, and they swap those out. And then they have another one that goes in there that is a manure spreader. And then they just start loading up the trucks with manure and going back to the farms and spreading the manure out everywhere. Because once they're done with the manure, they got to wash out the trucks. Even though it's an insert going in there, they wash out the trucks so there's no health hazard problems between it. So they do that really good. But yeah, I want to get the property over there where I'm producing enough stuff to actually be up at the farmer's market, on Saturdays through the summer, with enough produce and stuff to sell. And Shady Hill Homestead just came in. And so if I can, that's one thing we will start selling. The other thing I'm looking at is I've gone through and lined out where I can buy the best price on on wax beads, the colorings for the wax, the wicks, molds. I got a whole bunch of molds lined out where I can pick them up for Halloween, for Christmas, for Easter, for just little cutesy wax candles and stuff, the molds for that. And during the wintertime when it's cold here and I'm not doing much other than playing cards with the grandkids, I can go out in the shop and I can start making candles. And if I get enough made up, I can be selling the candles. I can be selling the onions or the garlic or whatever is I'm growing across the street. And if the trees start producing a little better, we may try again in the one area where I'm dumping wood chips in there and getting manure brought in to try growing some apples and apricots and peaches over there and sell those at the farmer's market. But so if it works out right in a couple of years, I'll be there for both. Me and or the staff sergeant will be down there for both, selling stuff. And and if I'm not down there and she is, then my daughter will be down there, and I'll probably have Eli here at the house and some of the other grandkids watching them. But yeah, farmers markets is a great place to get some really good. Let me go ahead and go through the pictures again. Yeah, I mean the produce here in Idaho. This is one of the from Idaho here. This was one of the was it late ones or so? Yeah, I think it's one of the later ones. In the year when we actually cooled off. Had a couple cool days there in September and October before they wrapped it up. But the farmers market there has actually gone to where they the first snow. And depending whether or not the first snow is on Saturday or not, and they have enough farmers still bringing produce in, they may go prepared for us here. And so there's some really good stuff at the farmers markets here in Idaho. This is Idaho Falls, 20 miles north of me. South, about 18 miles south of me, is Blackhawk, and the one down there is not nearly as big yet. They're trying to get more people down there, and they have at least one person down there that freeze dries fruits and stuff, and they sell the small packets. And the last time we went down there, my wife bought a bunch of different ones of the freeze-dried strawberries, the apricots, the peaches, and some other stuff, and they're pretty good. So, but then there is at the farmers market here in Idaho a bunch of other things going on, and let me see if I can bring that up. Boom, there we go. So farmers market, Idaho Falls, and they've got, a lot of, let me see, make some of these bigger here. They're selling confections, and I believe I saw Cox Honey up there a couple times, staffing a booth. Their honey is all raw honey and natural and local honey. So they've been up there. I've seen they have people up there that are serving stuff. We got here's the sourdough breads, and they also got some other stuff. Yeah. But they got selling not just food. They do also sell 6 packs of strawberries and mints and stuff like that. But they got other selling just regular plants and stuff there as well. Let's see what we got here. Just looking back and forth, trying to. Oh, there you go. All the different berries, mixed berries they sell in little baskets there. Is it Snap Friends Family Saturday, November 1st, Idaho Falls winter market. That was last year's. They got. They do have an indoor farmers market going on up there. They move indoors 1 day a month. But I'm not sure if the, oh, we have one coming up here. Actually, this was last year's. I don't see the one for this year. Oh no, Friday night. That's tonight. Dang, I'm missing it. Shoot. Oh well. The yeah, farmers market, Christmas in July. So they have all sorts of here we go. Here's the I'm not sure if this year's or this year's or last this went coming or this last winter. They advertise stuff a long time ahead, but they like have November 9th, December 14th, January 18th, I think it is, February 8th, March 15th, April 12th, and then in May they start having it in the outdoor by the river. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know if where you're at, if your farmers markets go year round or not. The ones back in Martinez, they go up until I get around about the around Thanksgiving, and then the rains start, and so they Martinez doesn't have a place for them to hold it indoors, but the farmers market starts about a month before the peddlers fair does, and the peddlers fair is on Saturday, the farmers market's on Sundays. So there's views of it. They got on the far left behind those trees is the Snake River. But yeah, there's a lot of good ways to connect with people, and this year, at least around us, unfortunately, the way the spring was, and we had a warm earlier spring, and a lot of the trees blossomed, and the bees weren't out yet. Although I did have some bees over here for mine, but before the fruit could set, we got some friggin' 60-mile-an-hour winds coming through and blew all the blossoms off the trees that fruited early. Then a couple weeks later, the apples blossomed and the cherries blossomed, and the cherries set fruit, and the apples set a couple fruit because we got winds again. So I've been hearing from people around that most of the people in town here got no fruit set on their apricots, their peaches, their pear trees. A couple got some apples set. No, I guess nobody else in town has cherries, but at least I haven't heard about it. But yeah. Oh, they do have some food trucks there too, selling, and other trucks. So yeah, some. Oh yeah, they do have. There's one booth that sells fresh baked pies, as well as ones that were baked the day before, and are kept in a refrigerator to keep them cool in the temperature. So you can either get a nice hot pie, or you can get one that was cooked yesterday, nice and cold, and take it home. But yeah, there is all sorts of Volker's bread. Oh, that's the eastern Wyoming. They've come over to ours. So yeah, we've had others come in from other places. But yeah, nothing like a nice sized beet. Oh, but the manager of the farmers market has, I'm not sure when that was, resigned. But yeah, I have to look into that one. But yeah, so yeah, even farmers markets aren't free from let me get this, free from stuff going on. But yeah. Yeah. Come on, come up there. None of the trees that moms are producing this year. Yeah, we had some hellacious winds coming through, and the winds that were hitting us came from Idaho Falls, and which means they came from not Jackpot. That's due south of Idaho Falls, but a little farther west. There's a town there, and they got nailed too with the wind. So it was coming from the southwest and just right up to Yellowstone, and it was some hellaciously powerful winds coming through. And Prepper for the Ages is in here. So yeah, there's but farmers markets change because of the weather, what they have, what they are carrying. But I like the farmers market up in Idaho Falls is because they have 3 ranches in there selling stuff. I'm sorry, I miscounted. There are 3 ranches selling cattle, and there's another booth selling hogs, and another booth selling lambs. So you can get your meat, variants of meat. I haven't seen anybody selling chickens there, but generally there's enough people raising chickens around and selling chickens or listing them on sometimes on Facebook, if they figured out a way to keep Facebook from dinging them and kicking them off because that's offensive to sell chickens. But and rabbits, you can't sell rabbits either. But yeah, but some of them are selling them over on Froze, and Craigslist generally doesn't have any problems selling them. And then there are local there's a local app out here that something that they do that they sell stuff on too. So if you have a chance, hit the farmers market up. Take your phone. Put the if you don't want to walk around carrying it, just stick it in your pocket so it's videoing what's in front of you. You can get hang on, let me get over here. Audio and visual, and it's pretty good. If you really have to be sneaky about it. Audio and video, and there's the camera right in the middle. So yeah, there are ways you can do a video, and probably some of the ones that try to sell stuff year round from their own place, like ranchers and farmers and stuff, probably wouldn't have any problems with you with them interviewing you and interviewing them and finding out what they talking about what they have and stuff. So put these away over here. So yeah, farmers markets, with all the crap. Oh, was it Tuesday? No, it was last night on Gray Man Prepping the Midnight Ride. I showed the one reel that someone posted. This group went through and tested 21 fast food restaurants and several stores, grocery stores, and they didn't say, exactly what they were testing, but they were testing for glyphosate. And it ranged anywhere from 4.62 parts per billion up to 766 parts per billion for what was in the food these places were selling. I was surprised that McDonald's at first I was surprised that McDonald's was selling so low. I mean, their stuff was so low at 5.8 or something like that. But then I realized most of the stuff is probably in the breads, that they're testing breads because the number one was Pandera bread, and so yeah, theirs was really high, and that's got to be from spraying the wheat with the glyphosate. So if you're worried about glyphosate in your food, farmers market. Generally, most of the farmers don't want to use that crap because they can charge. If they can say, yes, we are glyphosate free, we don't use pesticides and stuff, they charge a little bit more to offset the loss to the pests. But a lot of them around here are doing companion planting with certain plants that chase off bugs, and they'll surround the field with marigolds and borage and other things that chase off certain pests, so they don't have to spray. And so the Idaho Farmers Market runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and by 2:30 that place is a ghost town. So they pack up and move out quick because it's just getting really toasty warm at that time. So if you do get a chance to go in there and video at your local farmers market, or even take snapshot pictures and put together a PowerPoint, post the video of that, it'll help raise awareness for when you can show what they're offering and stuff. But it's one of those things. I've been working so hard out there in the mornings when it's cool till about 11 o'clock, then it starts cooking, that I'm too tired to run up there. But I don't have to do anything tomorrow morning, so I'm taking grandkids and I'm going to Idaho Falls to the farmers market up there and see what's going on. All right. Well, I was hoping people would use the link, might want to come up here, but we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here now. I think I've covered anything. Any things that you guys want to have to say about it before I wrap it up here? Go ahead and fire in the chat about, your experiences at farmers markets, good, bad, high prices, lower prices than you expected, friendly service. In the morning, I find service a lot friendlier. Let me just set up over here. All right. The other thing for the Monday Night Fireside Chat with Tammy and Mark, if you have any questions about food preservation and stuff like that, send us emails, either Tammy at rebelcanners@gmail.com or Camppatton Family Compound. Make it one word to get rid of the spaces at gmail.com. And send us your suggestions for topics. All right. If we, right now I'm pulling back on what we did 3 years ago. Because sometimes people miss things, and it's always good to refresh topics. But I'd like to get some other topics that you guys might be interested in, so we can provide for what you guys want on Monday nights. All right, so coming up here, Tomorrow night, Saturday, on Gray Man Prepping. For Survival Saturday, the topic is after all the men vanish, what are your plans? Ladies, it's your time to take charge. Guys, we get to flip the table the following Saturday. It's after all the women vanish the following Saturday. What are our plans? And be polite, guys. You know, I know it's going to be a lot. You know, we're going to be like, oh, what? Oh, no worry. You know, someone's going to pop off and say, all right, don't have to worry about arguing. You know, I'm sorry, I'm going to be going freaky. It's like, no. Anyways, so that's Saturday. Monday on the Fireside Chat, we're going to be talking about sourdough, making it, preserving it, cooking it, what you can cook with it, what you can't cook with it. Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping for Tactical Tuesday, what is the hardest part of prepping for you? And so Howie's in the house, food for a spermaculture. And so on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about what's the hard part of prepping that, you know, I'll talk about what's been hard for me. Mark will talk about him. Tammy may come in and talk about her challenges. We want to hear about your challenges. What has been the hard part about prepping that you didn't expect was going to be hard, or you knew it was going to be hard, and how you overcame it? We want to hear those stories. Thursday night is the midnight ride with Gray Man Prepping. Then next Friday is coping with weeds, and I'm not talking about the herb. I'm talking about the obnoxious weeds that are countering your garden. This year, I left all the dandelions out in the lawn. I just let them go once they finish their thing and mowed. Hey, they brought up some calcium up and let them do their things. The bees loved it. We had lots of bees out there, and so yeah. The weed that I have a problem with, I'll give you three of them. Morning glory, because a lot of the animals around here can't eat morning glory that we want to raise. The other one is star thistle with that purple blossom that sends seeds everywhere. You can't even touch the thing at all. To get rid of it, we use a shovel to cut it off. Then we use a root puller, and then we pick it up with shovels and stuff so we don't touch the thorns, because even with gloves, you know, a thorn will get stuck in there, and all of a sudden you touch the gloves and you get it anyways. And the other one is an invasive species from Russia, and that's called a Russian broom, and it is froze. And Howie's smoking salmon, canning salmon this weekend. All right, cool. So that's what we'll be talking about. Next Friday is weeds, and you know how they hinder your crops, your garden, and how you keep your garden, quote, weed free. And so we'll talk about that next Friday. So with that, everyone, stay happy, stay safe. Try to make it to your farmer's market tomorrow. And if you make it, come back and in the comment section there down below, just say what you did at your farmer's market. All right. Okay, everyone, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping for Survival Saturday.